JACK-8 is characterized by applying mid-range pressure and explosive power while engaging in mind games that incorporate gamma charge. In version 3, major adjustments were not made to the fundamental balance of his existing moves. Instead, changes were focused on situations where follow-up hits were failed to connect, or where quests were likely to occur in specific situations. So, not only you don't nerf this abomination of a character that constantly meshes in your face like a fucking monkey. Not only you don't make it easier to deal with this abomination of a character, but you expand, but you make it stronger and stronger and stronger. Fuck you! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new video. Today we will look at the JACK-8. The most disgusting piece of one of the most disgusting pieces of shit characters that we have right now in the game. A fucking shit fest. A complete, absolute abomination of a fucking character that can condition you out of every little years. A complete abomination, a fucking shitfest, completely broken in everything he does, and today we're gonna see why I fucking despise this character. He's a fucking abomination, he's a fucking stupid, he's a fucking monkey, he's a character for absolute monkeys, idiots. Oh, let's go. First of all, he gained a new move. That is basically Giga's old move, basically. It's a 25 frames, so it's kind of slow. It's +4 as always. It doesn't go into stance. That's surprising that it doesn't go into stance. Very surprising, considering that everything he does goes to fucking stance these days. Yeah. Everything he does goes into stance. Like everything that goes into stance with this character and can constantly I don't know, like basically condition you. And this move is again +4 on block, and on hit guarantees a fucking engager. A fucking throw engager. And now the pressure starts. And basically, yeah, that's the whole point of the character. Amazing. And now the most amazing change of them all for this character. Okay, so let's look at this move. Okay, forward 3+4. Nice range, I would say. Mid. They hit from 3 million kilometers, more or less. More or less. Look at the range. And on block, it's +8 into stance. Alexa, stop, puttana. +8 into stance. With a lot of mix-up that he can do. Of course, he can do a guard break. He can do... And now here we go with the complaints. Yeah, but you can just teach most of up. You can teach most of up. You know, like, for example, because you see that this loses. Let me put myself in it all the time. Wait, I'm so fucking. Okay, so this loses, but this wins. This loses. This wins. This wins. Yeah, because I already know the complaint. Yeah, this wins at +8, and so on. So, just jig-jab my fucking ass, okay? My fucking ass. Or maybe try to step at -8 on block. Try. Not only that, but on hit. 64 damage. Congratulations. Congratulations, really. He deserves this move, really. +8, 10 million kilometers, very fast mid. That conditions you into stance. And it's 64 fucking damage if it hits. That's good balancing. That's what I call good balancing, really. Really, it's such a pleasure to play against this character. Look at the fucking damage, mannaggia quella troia, stronza puttana Eva. And what did they do about this move? Not only they didn't nerf the damage, not only, but now it's even better because on side hit, it's still, you know, when it hits side hit, it's still, you know, it still counts as a forward hit, you know, like this. You know, you see that Jun still stands front facing. And on the back, as always, it's also been... no, sorry. Yeah, amazing. And now another amazing change. Another amazing change. Okay, another buff, by the way. 4-4-1 and 1-1. So again, this move has not been nerfed at all, basically in the damage and everything. Congratulations. This is so honest, really. This is such a honest move. 64 damage. It's such a honest move, really. I love playing against Jack, really. 4-4-1 now knocks down like this in this fucking loony ass Toons animation. And and you gotta understand that this is so crazy because basically with this move you can instantly floor break. You can instantly counter launch in some stages, in the ones that have a floor break animation. Amazing. I love this. I love this. He needed even more buffs on counter hits. On an already super stupid mid, by the way. That is this one. Look at the master of the conditioning. Wow. 3 into stance, it's another buff because the recovery time when transitioning to Gamma was reduced by 1 frame, so it goes into stance even faster. So there is even less time to think about what Jack is gonna do when he goes into this stance, because for example you gotta understand that this mid on Gamma Howl, okay, this is actually a mid that you can block basically most options out of this, okay? This is the first time in which I'm gonna say skill issue, but the problem is this, as always. Like you see, most options lose to this, really. The problem is always is that from this move, he has multiple things he can do. Okay, and what are these things? He can go into stance. He can do only of course the move and then block maybe a dig jump and so on. He can do 3-2, 3-2, and you get counter it. You see, like this. And he has 3-1+2. That is a countered launcher. So good luck on reaction trying to challenge Jack in this stance. And by the way, this countered launch is only -11 on block. From a string in which he can do 3 million ways to condition you. By the way, he also has a power crush in this fucking stance. And when he has the install, it's a fucking it's a fucking safe power crush, by the way, when he has the install. Nice, good balancing, really. A safe power crush from an already oppressive stance. That's good balancing. Not only that, but it's probably one of the few power crush, even probably the only power crush, if I'm not mistaken. They don't need dash still launches, by the way. Ma perché? Why? Why does this launch? Why? Tell me why. This should be only a guaranteed hit on the ground, really. For all the stupid stuff he can do in this fucking stance, why does he have also a power crush fucking launcher when he's in stance? Tell me. Tell me what's the reasoning. Tell me what's the reasoning, really. Fucking disgusting piece of shit character for idiots. Okay, so amazing, yeah. So yeah, Jack has even a better way to. And by the way, on the back, now it knocks down for even a better guaranteed follow up. You know, into this. Here we go into. Okay, so amazing. So he goes into stance even faster, even if it's only from 1 frame. You know, again, by the way, this is +16. Okay, and on counter it, it's all guaranteed, by the way. And he launches. And he fucking launches. Oh my god. From a string in which you can do 10 million options to try and condition you, and which, like, for example, this counter launcher should be -14 on block, the second hit. If you ask me, a -11 is not enough. For how stupid this stance is, for all the things he has in this stance. Minus 14 on block, immediately. 1+2 hitbox issue, like, okay, hitbox consistency, okay, I guess. Also, forward 1+2 expanded the hitbox. Mamma mia, they really want everything easier to hit, but okay. But at least on block it's easier to punish. The pushback has been released, and as you can see, it's way easier to punish. It leaves way closer to the opponent, as you can see. So it's way easier to punish. Good job. They should do the same to other moves as well, I think. Honestly, all of these moves with pushback need to go. They're very annoying. For example, they did the same to forward to down 1+2. That's a big nerf, but again, that's a scrubby move. That was a scrubby move to throw out in the first place, so it's good that at least now it's properly punishable by everybody. Good job, at least. They did something right, at least. Good job. Another amazing buff they did to Jack in terms of... again, basically, a lot of these things are hitbox issues that are being solved, apparently. For example, also from while crouching 1+2, 1+2. Enhance the tracking of the first state when it connects or it's blocked, reducing instantly where the second hit will whiff. So basically now the string is more consistent when it hits. Again, okay, I guess. Again, consistency buffs. Now another amazing buff for the character. Now 4 for 1+2, 2. Okay, 4 for 1+2, 2. The second hit is now safe. Let me show you. Wait. Second hit, safe. It was -11. Now, of course, we want to reduce the risk reward as always, because this, of course, you can interrupt in between of this. Okay, of 4 for 1+2, you can interrupt in between. Okay, I'm gonna show you like this, and 4 for 1+2 by itself is -15. But again, let's remember that this is a launcher, by the way. 4 for 1+2 by it's a homing mid launcher, so it's okay, of course, to be -15. Maybe it should be even more, maybe. But again, the second hit now, sometimes, of course, you get, you get caught up by this move in the animation. And now, if you block the mid, okay, so maybe you were a little bit more patient. You're not even rewarded. Okay, again, from a string that has the conditioning tool of having the first hit that launches on normal hit, by the way. If you block the second hit, nothing happens. Again, amazing. Keep buffing this piece of shit. Keep buffing it. Now the most insane move, probably one of the most insane moves Jack has. Up, back, up, forward 3. Don't start telling me that this is reactable because you're fucking clowns, by the way. But again, it's a 24 frame low with a very unique animation. Maybe some people can react to this. The problem, again, look at the range, by the way, of this low. Look at the fucking range it has, okay? And now it transitions to Gamma 17 frames faster. And of course there was a bug with this move on release. Amazing job. Alexa, stop. Not only that, but let's see this move a little bit, because really you need to understand. First of all, it's like an AoE attack. It has insane amounts of tracking, basically homing, basically. On Oki, it's one of the most broken things I've ever seen in my life, because again, on Oki, let's say Jun is on the ground right now. Let's say like this. Okay, on the ground, of course, as you know, guarantees a guaranteed follow-up. And on Oki, this is insane. For example, most people set it up after. I'm just gonna give you an example now. Like this, restart, like this, papa into bar, like this, for example. Okay, and if you don't wake up correctly, you're gonna get hit by this. Okay. And again, it's a +8 on hit low, that of course deals some damage as well. That goes into stance again at +8. So again, imagine the conditioning on the Oki with this fucking move, that is basically homing on wake up. Yeah, and not only that, but it's -12 only on block. So basically minimum risk for all the things this low does. It's only -12 on block. So basically, fuck the risk, only get rewards. We don't give a fuck anymore. Amazing. It should be at least -14, at least, for all the properties it has. You know, conditioning to sense, insane Oki. You can set it up this very consistently on Oki for crazy amounts of pressure. And this is also very, very safe on block. But of course, as always, not only they don't nerf all of this install shit, all of this broken ass shit that he does, but now he even goes into stance even faster. What an intelligent character. What an intelligent character, really. Now, back 1+2 a nerf because it has expanded the Hitbox. So basically now it's easier to maybe hit him, okay, when he does this move, okay. Charge down back to a useless change, and now reduce the startup by 1 frame. So it's 1 frame faster, the startup. My bad. Useless. Again, down 1+2 it has been nerfed. Down forward 4, the counter it leaves even closer, so it's even easier to hit with follow-up attacks. We want even more consistency on counters on this fucking abomination anyway. And of course, I didn't mention, of course, also the thing that really maybe changes a little bit the character now, to be serious, it's the fact that now, as every other character, he loses the install once he loses it, of course. That's a system change that, of course, affects JACK-8. Because now, of course, when he loses it, he doesn't have the install anymore. I'm gonna show, of course. Like, by the way, he also has heat regeneration. As always, you see, he loses the install. So after heat consumption, he cannot spam his heat stuff, but he has to regain it again. What do I think of this character, guys? Really, I think even Ulsan puts him top 5, honestly. I can agree, because first of all, he didn't get nerfed at all in this patch. Apart from some stuff that was maybe too stupid to have in the first place. On the real important stuff, he didn't get nerfed. For example, his insane Oki. In Oki, can set up stuff like, for example, also at the wall, this fucking thing on Oki. Look at the retardation of this move, by the way. Look at the retardation of this. Oh, what the fuck? Ah, yeah, sorry. His wall combo is still intact. His Oak is still intact. This low is still intact. And because again, as always, they don't want to nerf the heat bullshit. They don't want to nerf the heat that makes Jack basically a monkey character. If you saw how Jack was meant to be played in Tekken 7, you would think, oh my god, what is this? Now Jack has become, as always, as every other character, a stance lob conditioning machine. Because again, for example, he has 10 million transitions into stance, and all of them do insane amounts of, bullshitting, as always. For example, this is +9, amazing, +9 into stance. And what are you gonna do at +9 against this? Really, what are you gonna do against this is +9 with all of the things he can do? He can also jump, of course. Let's not forget, if you dig job, you can also jump and kick and destroy you in the balls, by the way. Like, what are you gonna, like, that's what I mean with conditioning. It's not like you cannot do anything against this stance, but it's the free conditioning he gets on block on a lot of, on basically half of his moves. Again, for example, the same out of this. Okay, you can say, yeah, but it's my +2, it's not really, it's not really anything at +2. By the way, of course, as always, even at +2, you can still do the power crush, by the way. And again, it's a -13 engage with power crush, then in it, it's safe, by the way. When he has install, it's safe. So good luck challenging Jack when he's in install mode. Because again, he has this free get out of me option that again, the concept of having a safe power crush in the first place in a stand is so fucking stupid, by the way. Like, he has so many things that are wrong that need to be tuned down, really. If you watch the ground finals against a Jack player that we had here in Italy, you will watch him basically mash like a monkey for 20 minutes straight. It's really not fun to play against this character. It's really not fun to engage with this character anymore, really, because he has 3 million ways to condition him from 3 kilometers. And again, let's not talk about this move again. Mamma mia, this is one of the worst things ever happened in the history of Tekken 8, really. This move is a complete abomination. A complete abomination. 64 damage plus 8 on block mid that deals 64 damage if it hits. It has to go. All of this bullshit has to go. So guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments about Jack, and see you guys very soon again. Take care. Love you. Bye.